So it would seem like what we're talking about here is being on a path. The path leads from wherever you are now to a different state in the future, a state of enlightenment or knowing, or a state of peace, or a state of freedom. But that's all thought. This is the work of the mind. The mind imagines things that can make it feel better, and then assumes that they're in the future, because the underlying sense of lack, which started that thought process so many years ago and perpetuates it, is still intact. So to our minds, peace and freedom has to be in the future. So then this message will always be put into a time frame by the thought process. But that's okay, because that's not who you are. It's not what you are. It's kind of like my shirt. Cookie Monster thinks he's going to get the cookie that's on the other wave over there. But Cookie doesn't realize that he's the wave, he's the cookie, and he's the whole ocean. The moment he realizes that, then everything is just cookies. So, in the same way, everything is just freedom. Everything is already free. Dissolution is happening now. Freedom is here. That means freedom from form, freedom from solidity, freedom from struggle, freedom from knowing in a dualistic way, freedom from becoming, freedom from needing to be anywhere specific, freedom from having to hold a position or believing we have to hold a position. So true freedom is found right here when we stop looking through perceptual filters of time, dimension, solidity, predictability. Now, this usually happens in steps or stages, but it doesn't have to. It can be seen immediately that it's never not been seen, that there is no solidity to experience. There's no place that you find experience. There's just the experience. There's no one standing apart from the experience, knowing it as an object. And thus, we can't have more or less of something. More or less do not exist here. That's freedom. Freedom from more and freedom from less. Freedom from further and freedom from closer. Freedom from more and less important. There's no value system here. You don't need a value system. The mind needs a value system to justify itself. The thoughts need a value system to justify their own perpetuating sense of having to have a value system. But in direct experience, there are no values. And thus everything is infinitely significant, infinitely subtle, infinitely present. You can't lose anything, and you can't gain anything. Gain and loss are illusions, just as wave and ocean are illusions, just as Cookie and Cookie Monster are illusions. No separation exists anywhere. No separation between the subject and the object of an experience. No separation between the sound and whatever apparently perceives that sound. No distance. No distance between the perceiver of all experience and all experience. No differentiation between sound and sensation, between thought and feeling, between color and smell and taste. No differentiation without a thought. So what is here when we don't reference thought? Well, a hell of a lot. And it has absolutely no substance. It's too free to be contained in substance. It's too free to be contained in one part of space. It's too free to be subject to spatiality at all. It's too free to exist in only one time. This is true freedom. It's your birthright. Not only is it your birthright, it is your every moment experience, whether you know it or not.